हेलो हेलो लोकेश भाई फक भाई सो गया। अरे मैं जर्मनी में पैरोगे के एक्स्ट्रा फुल टाइम के पहले ही सो गया। मैं बोर हो रहा था। इतना गंदा मैच भिंडी। इतना गंदा मैच, इतना गंदा मैच, इतना गंदा मैच। रोते रोते सो गया भाई। भाई ये टाइम कोई तो पावर है भाई जो मुझे उठा रही है, वरना एक बार मैं सो गया उसके बाद उठना इतना इम्पॉसिबल है। कैसे उठ रहा हूँ मेरे को पता नहीं भाई। कैसे 4 बजे सो के 6 बजे उठ रहा हूँ ना, कुछ आइडिया नहीं, कुछ आइडिया नहीं, कुछ
After
नहीं।
just walking screens, I think.
अलग ही छूट रहा हूँ।
Spike planted.
Huge. Yeah, better flank. Could be
There's another rifle main as well.
gun to your
गुड
right.
मॉर्निंग ब्रदर।
Holding you, man.
I can hold.
Jet's 1 HP. I think
Fuck
Jet
it,
wrapped
dude.
CT to heaven. No distraction. We got Frida. Jet's 1 HP. Maybe heaven late.
अबे ये क्या है? दीवार क्यों देख रहे हो?
I'm
And
going.
that's the
Bait me.
end. Jet's
One enemy remaining.
last guy is on site. Should be.
हाय।
Time. Wait, it's not even planning for him.
Last
Go
player
defuse.
standing.
Yes.
Half it, then kill
Yeah,
him.
you can full out.
Not here. Not yet.
I have to swing him.
Yeah.
There's just no time.
And we each got one with our ult.
I literally
It's
used
unfortunate.
all of my bullets in my sheriff shooting you two.
I think we saved while B and we play like 2A.
Yeah, I'll go back to.
Sure.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I used wall two
Just
slows
play A
and
heaven.
all
Sky,
of my whole
Sky,
deagle
you
leg.
play like toward B heaven, I think, and then Clove play toward me. Clove and Sky
Gotcha.
swap.
I think yeah, Clove should be a vent probably.
Smoke right here.
Zero in.
We got this.
Get out of my way.
Dog B.
Yeah, quiet A. I think it's B. B with a mid lurk.
Dude, what the? He just. How does he get through that?
Wow. Our stage is like so focused on walling, you're just like either not getting value or just dying.
Yeah.
Jets out, jets out.
One late.
Clove
Oh,
play
late through A.
aggro.
Late
Show
through
me a target. Breaking them.
Spike planted. One enemy
Not
remaining.
enough.
Planner, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, Nice.
No charges.
Here, I should take it.
Nice, nice.
Thank you. I was sweating.
You're up. Stay safe.
Same setup that we did.
Careful when get out, would ya?
Sure.
Can you do the same insta smoke at A?
How you doing,
Yep.
Soraka?
I'm playing off you, so
Yep.
you just like jiggle it, jiggle the angle feed, and then I'll swing off you.
Just like gonna vulnerable off there down.
A lot mid.
Alright, rotate mid. I'll just anchor this dude.
Alright. Yeah, I'll go vents. My backup Clover. They're coming up mid, they're coming up mid. Yeah, go and be heaven, go and be
Up
heaven.
heaven,
come
up.
on.
Dog.
I'm gonna try and nade this guy. Go get in there, Clove. You have all, bro.
Yep, it's good. We don't have to. Oh shit. Yeah, that's probably
Plus.
close. 2, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 for me.
Both. 160 on
Spike
Clove.
down mid. One enemy
Alright,
remaining.
run.
Clove's ulted.
High,
Let
high.
Clove die. Reset,
Just chill.
guys. Okay, coming out B,
He's
coming
going-
out B. On our
It's
stage.
coming in.
They're going A.
Jets on it, jets.
Yeah, both.
One
Whoa.
enemy
I think
remaining.
it's on site. Planning.
Breaking them.
On side.
Vulnerable?
Lagging?
Spike
I'm
planted.
lagging.
Yeah, wait on me, please. Wait on me.
Don't wait for it.
Minus 40. I think you just hold here for a sec.
Blinded.
That map. No, he's map.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Nice.
Alright, guys.
I'm sorry, I started lagging really hard and then I panicked and ran in.
Bro was like, I'm lagging as he's W keying him.
No, I was lagging, dude, so I just
Yeah, sure, buddy.
tell him.
We cannot let them unweave our world for you.
Let's go. Bro, we've only, look at the timeline, we've only won retakes. Holy shit.
It's because we just be holding A down type shit.
The only rounds we won.
मैंने देखा नहीं ब्रो, सो गया मैं। 90 मिनट्स के पहले ही सो गया। 85th मिनट में मैं बोला नहीं हो रहा मेरे से,
Yeah,
They have
rhythm
such
in.
bad team comp.
और सो गया मैं।
Like a pick or two, and then
अभी
we
उठा,
just play retake
हैवर्ट्स
as a
मिस किया।
Are you leaving me, eh?
डैम, देखा ही नहीं
Oh
मैंने।
shit, yeah.
It's fucked up.
Hang on.
देखता हूँ।
Watch, this is the round they're gonna go A too.
Can we buy him, Sage?
Alright, whatever.
What the hell?
Oh, Sage is stacking bread
That
for a
shit
rainy
my
day.
fault, right?
A lot mid
Mid.
again.
Come hold the main cross. I'm gonna help mid.
Yeah.
पेनल्टीज क्यों नहीं दिखा रहा है?
Oh wow.
पहला ही हैवर्ट्स हक दिया क्या?
Full dip.
Yeah, it's like I'm
Damn.
completely getting swamped.
मॉरिशियो, गुस्टावो गोमेज कैप्टन,
There's more
किमिश मारा, मुशियाला मारा, वॉल्टमेड भी हगा ब्रो। फक, अरे शपथ ब्रो, दोनों टीम्स बहुत हगे बे। सनाब्रिया भी हगा एंड जॉनथन टा हगा। इनसेन, बहुत लोग हगे। 3 हगे दोनों में से, दोनों मिला के 5 लोग हगे भाई।
So,
ब्रो मैंने बोला था टफ होने वाला है जर्मनी पैराग्वे, क्योंकि बॉल पैराग्वे का डिफेंस इज अनबीटेबल ब्रो। हिलतेच नहीं, बैठच जाते। वो एल्मिरॉन उनका और एक स्ट्राइक अकेले आगे कुत्ते जैसे भागते, बॉल मिला
I
अकेले
don't know,
भागते।
maybe, like,
पता है उनको काउंटर अटैक नहीं होने वाला है, फिर भी
Marshall headshot somebody if they PK.
every time
एल्मिरॉन
I have
क्रेजी
Sage,
भाई।
it just doesn't work out.
हैट्स ऑफ एल्मिरॉन का दिमाग भाई।
Dog in A. Break that if you can.
उसको मालूम है 10 में से एक अटैक गोल तक पहुंचने वाला है। 10 में से एक। स्वीडन वर्सेस फ्रांस
No, close, close.
चल रहा है ना दोनों स्ट्रीम मेरा?
Out A.
Contract complete.
Planning. 2 on side. 1 elbow, 1 side.
चल रहा है, चल रहा है।
Spike planted.
Cypher planted.
खतरनाक है ब्रो।
115.
स्वीडन वर्सेस फ्रांस इजी होगा। स्वीडन डिफेंसिवली इतना अच्छा नहीं है।
Sky side.
पैराग्वे बहुत डेंजर था, और मेक्सिको डेंजर है पैराग्वे जैसा।
Last player standing.
Yo, I don't know what's going on with me, man. Just cannot aim.
It's okay, bro. Are you running Vandal or
Forgive
Phantom?
me if I overextend.
I've tried both.
I would have it.
Are you crouch spamming? 'Cause I do that shit a lot.
No.
Okay.
I just
You gotta
can't
get in
line
the
up to
same
try it.
eco. I think we should just full eco here. You just insta smoke, play close, and be ready to fight with me.
Watching here. I hope this one's exciting. Watching here.
We just full fight A here if they come through the smoke. Smoke it. Smoke mid.
So,
Man,
Heavy mid with Reyna lurk B.
they're fucking so aware.
Out.
dude, like, holy shit, I'm getting harassed.
Yeah.
I tried to get off his side.
I think you, I think you just gotta slow, bro. You gotta slow them instead of walling.
Wow.
No.
Yeah, probably.
I threw.
Refreshing.
Last player standing.
One more. Close. 1 HP.
What is that? What the fuck?
Hey, on some Sage, no toxicity. I'm just
Bro,
saying, like, I think
Havertz
you're-
ये
I think
सब
you're
से तुम
focusing on, like,
हाई
walling too much.
क्लास
You should
नहीं
just, like,
एक्सपेक्ट
slow
कर
them and
सकते।
fight, maybe.
टॉप टियर नहीं है वो लोग।
Cause they're just like catching back and I feel. Maybe I should play B with you.
We should switch something up.
टा
Yeah,
इज
someone go
मोर
bro. Let me
शॉकिंग।
play toward B Evan so I can like nade the run out or some shit.
You on here, bro?
This is business.
Let's lock in these last 2 rounds. Come on.
Get out of my way.
Dude, this is
Okay.
unreal. Like, I almost don't believe it.
Hey, up heaven on you, Sky.
Up ramp, up ramp, up.
It's actually unreal how many times I'm just wrong about where they are.
Still maps.
Bomb. They gave us bomb.
Spike down A.
Chill. I have raise all.
Yep,
oh.
chill.
They're gonna save roll. Not anymore, baby.
Bottom ramp.
Spike's
There.
Reloading. Spike there.
I'm gonna vulnerable. So I wanna move away.
Destabilizing.
England versus Mexico round of 16. That is going to be tough. Could Mexico can upset England? Hi Imo, good morning.
Van Hecker.
I slept at 4, bro.
You can hear
Germany Paraguay too
a
boring for me
noise
to watch.
around the stadium. And it's mostly coming from the neutral Mexican fans as Koeman positioned just in front of his bench. He was the
तो मैं
captain
बोल
the
रहा था
last
कि
time these two met.
ये Havertz you
Van
cannot
Dijk.
expect penalties from him. मतलब world class
Well, he was
नहीं है
asked
भाई वो.
about whether the Netherlands would be well
Aspects of
received
him are world class,
in
but
Monterrey by
nah.
the local fans after an incident back in 2014 where
Let's look at the lineup.
the Netherlands were given a penalty that
Netherlands keepers
Mexico
have gone down
disagreed
the
with.
drain or what?
And you can really feel the atmosphere against the
Van de
Netherlands
Ven
already
left
early on,
mid.
Brian.
What the
Well,
fuck?
definitive 3 in the back. You'll see the
Okay,
adjustments
5
with
back.
Van de Ven high on that left-hand side. Don't freeze. Narrow at times in the build-out,
Somerville,
but
Gakpo and
possession will
Robbie.
go through Gravenberch and Frankie de Jong. At times, they'll split the 2 center backs. For Ronald Koeman, it's always possession-based, the
Fuck
build.
Kimi
It's
Manor
numerical
all.
overloads.
Crazy
But
game
with this
incoming
high
there,
back
chat.
line, you've got to find the balance with the attackers for Morocco in between defensive midfielders in front of the defensive 3.
De Jong. Hecker. Off to Tottenham Hotspur when he returns back to the Premier League. We'll hope that there will be some wait before then. Guided away from the feet of the advancing Brian Brobby.
Well, and this is going to be the challenge for that man and his group for Morocco. Priority, organization, and discipline. You've got to look for challenge in that first ball. More importantly, win the second. But they've got to figure out ways to absorb centrally versus numbers up in the midfield for Netherlands.
So an early corner. And Crescencio Somerville is stood over it. All
Corner
eyes
from Brazil.
on the captain, Virgil van Dijk. Oh, the threat he poses in the air. The referee tucked away in the middle as pushing and shoving continues.
Making it
Front of the
very
Moroccan
difficult.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, very difficult for him to get in amongst the trees and quality of in-swinging service from the far side.
Somerville, high looping ball headed away. The roars from the Moroccan crowd behind Buno's goal. Already making so much noise. So much of the images that we've seen over the course of the last 2 days have been from the Netherlands camp and the around 100,000, we believe, who turned out to the fan park yesterday evening. We won back, a real battle for it. Bobby slides it on and it's given as a foul the way of Morocco.
Well, it's going to be a lot today about the young man in the midfield, the number 6, 18-year-old Bouhaddi. El Anawi right there just crumbles into Mickey van de Ven, who kind of rides the challenge. Attacking player goes to ground, and just an awkward coming together. But it's the young man in the midfield who's the heart and soul of this Morocco build on the ball right now. Bouhaddi, a lot of links of what his future looks like the moment that this tournament is over. But in the meantime, extremely comfortable with the amount of ground covered, quick on the pivot, playing through the lines, and you can see already Brian Brobby taking up an early positional awareness of where the number 6 is at all times in the build-up for Morocco.
Well, there's been a lot of praise given the way of Mohamed Wabi, the former under-20 and under-23s manager of Morocco, of his trust in the young players coming through the squad. But really, with his history, it should be no surprise, particularly with members of his squad who were part of the winning team last year in the under-20 World Cup. All high looping and gliding away from the threat of Morocco as they bear towards Verbruggen's goal. He's guiding his team.
Well, there was a lot of talk, Ellen, when this formation came out with 3 in the back. And again, the first time since March 2024, We've seen Ronald Koeman start with a hybrid of 3/5 in the back. And the first question is this about respect? Is it about fear? Is it about tactical advantages that he sees when dissecting what Morocco has done so far in this tournament? And I would argue it's probably a mix of all three.
Yeah, that was a question I was about to ask you, Brian. He said in the press conference, Ronald Koeman, that he knows how to break Morocco, that they've done their research. And his lineup, as you've already mentioned, dropping to a back three for the first time in over 2 years. Certainly statement that he's responding to something that he sees from Morocco. Hustle. Probably is the player who loses out.
That's a great back read from Issa Diop, the number 14. Riyad, he's going to have his hands full the moment that Brian Brobby tries to dig in, drop his back into either center back. So it's about communication, reading each other's shoulders, and more importantly, anticipation versus reaction.
Gravenberch trying to find a way forward. The door quickly closed. Okay. Somerville, you can't give the ball away too easy to the feet of that man. Saibari hurdles over Paul Van Hecker. And there's something left on him for after as he stayed down here. Ball just kept in play. A marauding run from Dumfries, and now the whistle will be blown. And the free kick will go the way of Morocco.
Well, the margins for the referee are going to be extremely thin, and so far he's tried to allow a certain amount of physicality unless there's clarity on the foul suffered. A couple of heavy challenges, Van Hekke going full throttle into Saibari. Completely fair in that challenge, but very clear intent for Netherlands on both sides of the ball. Balanced in possession, trying to get forward quickly, but showcasing the physicality and the challenge that's needed to face this Moroccan side.
There are so many storylines on and off the pitch with these two teams. A huge Moroccan population in the Netherlands. And 3 of the Moroccan squad were born in the country that they are now facing tonight in this round of 32. Our referee's been pulled over here by Paul Van Hecker and Virgil van Dijk.
Well,
Look back at the incident.
Yeah, it was off the ball. Saibari, he's doing everything back to Van Hekke that Van Hekke did in the previous challenge. Nose to nose, a shove from both players. And it's going to take management from the referee because you can feel the intensity of this match already ratcheting up less than 10 minutes into the game. Ellen, I think it's important to note that one of the challenges that we talked about for Morocco coming off that semifinal run in 2022 was how did the development continue? Whether you talk about the under-17 AFCON champions, under-20 World Cup champions, the under-23 Olympic bronze. This is a group that's been built from the inside out over the last 3.5 years and believe that this is their moment.
Riyad. Barley asking for the ball. Noose is there in space as well. He opts to go backwards to Boadi. Nestled between the 2 centre-backs. Diop. Riyad. It's Mazraoui now. One of the players who was born in the Netherlands, now playing against his birth country.
Well, a couple things, Ellen, defensively for the Netherlands. Now it looks as a hybrid at times, a 5 in the back, but it's really not the case. Definitively with 3, but both outside backs in Van de Ven and Dumfries, they find the unique balance of ball side pressure. And then Gravenberch and Frankie de Jong just find the shuttling runs to try to cut down the space of the simple entry passes to test the defenders.
Is Saibari trying to fight his way forward. It's the foul on the shoulders of Denzel Dumfries has been given.
Well, it's great interpretation of space from Saibari. He starts by pulling Van Hecke all the way out. Second run, fantastic read from Dumfries.
Gianni Infantino, the FIFA president, watching on. What a game we have here in Monterrey, the final game of 4 hosted here in northeastern Mexico. All on Brian Brobby, despite the desperate appeals of Issa Diop.
Well, good look from the referee's perspective. The physicality of Issa Diop, Chadi Riadi. Both center backs at time have to press significantly, press quickly. But again, if you're not touch tight, the opposite center back has to be shuttling and covering at all times with the speed and athleticism of this front three from Netherlands.
Van Dijk, Nathan Ake. Ball forward, almost a great one. Looking away of Brian Brobby. Not so much presence in the front line. Something that Mohamed Wabi was asked about. He actually played the centre team out against a very young team that featured Brian Brobby in the Futures Cup back in 2017. It's composed play from Virgil van Dijk.
Yo, chat, I'm back. What is up?
Dion.
What is up? What is up?
Van Hecke.
Yo. Yo.
Reece has space ahead of him. Netherlands exploit it.
Announce कर दिया
Fisting cleared away
कि तू बोल रहा है.
convincingly. Mazraoui.
Well, it's the second time we've seen Mazraoui stepping high up this left-hand side of Yunus. He's trying to track the run because there's a little bit of confusion between he and Riyad. The moment that Mazraoui steps in the midfield and tries to overload, who's responsible for not just Somerville's first run, but more importantly, Dumfries' late dynamic runs popping up this right-hand side?
Elanawi, the breakthrough star of the last hour. Now shares the midfield with the breakthrough star of the 2026 World Cup. Well, this is a view that will be missed as we prepare to bid farewell to Monterrey. Both teams know what's on the line and what is at stake and where they will be going. Houston will be the venue for whoever comes out on top of this game, and Canada will be the opposition. Bruggen.
Damn. Goodbye to a legend, man. A retired friend from Germany or from football?
Well, a firm word of warning the way of Brian Brobby there.
Yeah, very early warning for the striker, initiating the physicality from either defender. And again, you're seeing the idea of the low build for Ronald Koeman.
Amduadi. क्या नाम है इसका? बुआदी.
But more verticality than we
मोरक्को
expected.
के मिडफील्डर का नाम क्या
With
है?
the
बुआदी.
switch to this 3 in the back build. Again, the first time we've seen Ronald Koeman do
Amduadi,
this
क्या
since
नाम है?
March of 2024. Usually,
बुआदी.
it's just
Okay.
this hybrid.
Bye Brahim Diaz है. Bye Brahim
4-2-3-1
Diaz.
that
Let's
we're
go.
so used to seeing
Brahim Diaz for
from
the
the
win.
opening
अरे
whistle.
कपड़ा ही फाड़ दिया. फटा हुआ कपड़ा
Shani
पहन रहा है भाई.
Riyad, who is the man who's positioned on the shoulder of Brian Brobby with a hole in his shirt. He will have to come off and change that when the opportunity arises.
इतना जोर से क्या खींच दिया है भाई? टी-शर्ट ही फट गया कि क्वालिटी ऐसा. गरीब क्वालिटी.
It's interesting to see one of the tactics from Morocco. They're trying to really dictate Frankie de Jong's positioning and minimize his ability for.
De Jong ने कुछ किया है कि नहीं? इन्वॉल्व हो रहा है कि नहीं अटैक्स में? हाँ? कि ये लोग सिर्फ क्रॉस डालने वाले नेदरलैंड्स लोग. हाफ टाइम में चाय लेके आता हूँ ना. चाय मस्त चाय, गरम गरम चाय ले लो. ले चाय ले लो. क्या बोलता है? हाँ, नाश्ता वगैरह किया कि नहीं लोकेश भाई? क्या कर रहा है?
His second start of the tournament.
रात भर जाएगा क्या?
De Jong.
लो चाय ले लो, लो चाय ले लो.
Again, Ellen, I know we're only 16 minutes in, but Morocco with this box of the two front runners and then Bouadi, El Anawi, they've done a very good job minimizing any simple triangle-based possession through the heart and soul of their midfield.
4-2-3-1.
Ake.
5-3-2. 5-2-3. 5-2-2-1. क्या फॉर्मेशन है? 3-4-3. अजीब फॉर्मेशन है नेदरलैंड्स को. उगिच कॉम्प्लिकेटेड फॉर्मेशन है. Damn, Somerville for Netherlands. Oh my god, he passes, he's unselfish. But the defender does extremely well as well. Robert Pires.
Well, quickly into possession, Gravenberch's great little spin. Maybe he's laying in. It's a really high line drawn without immediate pressure on the ball from Morocco. But up and over the top, Somerville, not the touch, not the pass, not the weight of the ball he was looking for to try to reward Brabi. Ball kind of bounces, skims away. At that point, Issa Diop's able to come back across. But it doesn't matter because the AR on the near side has raised his flag. Post ball going over the
Ronald
crossbar.
Koeman.
Now for the second time, the 22-year-old center back Riyad has had to replace his kit.
Plays his football for Crystal Palace. It's been in the last two seasons in the Premier League, and what a last two seasons it's been for Crystal Palace in the Premier League and indeed, of course, beyond. Warning signs have been there. Here's Cody Gakpo.
Wilton Pereira Sampaio.
Almost falling in favour of Mickey van der Ven. He'll be out to take this throw. De Jong. Okay. To the Barcelona man. Van Hekke.
Ake. Ake गांड मारी ली.
Robbie down once again, lifting himself back to his feet.
Well, based on the first
target for that ball.
Yeah, in the first 18 minutes, it's not just the referee, it's going to be VAR. Going to also have their work cut out for him. The physicality is phenomenal in the first 18 minutes of this match.
Alcanus. Season on loan at Stuttgart and will be heading back there after the World Cup concludes.
Oh, very flat, very compact, in a moment in which Morocco, almost 20 minutes into this match, needs a good spell of possession. Figure out a way to get their confidence, get their legs back underneath them. They're so great with their interpretation of space, but yet to really see Hakimi explode down that right-hand side as we've been used to seeing in these first three matches.
Yet to see touch in the opposition box for Morocco, but a good opportunity for them to catch their first on the board here. Hakimi. He's on the ball, the header's there, a massive save from Barbabruggen.
हाँ क्या हो गया?
The attack continues, the strike is
Bouadi.
there from the young star Bouadi, but it's high
save
and
किया?
over.
Well, the quality of service, accuracy, the placement, and then just looking for the glance header. What a reaction save.
Crazy,
Covers
crazy
the near
save.
post just to make sure nothing squeaks by. Good, strong two hands. Elo Anai does a perfect job just trying to redirect it on frame, but that reaction from the goalkeeper is outstanding.
Well, that is exactly why Morocco have become a team that is feared across the
Morocco
globe.
once again on
And
the
they're coming
attack.
forward once again. Alcanus rolls it to one side. The attack continues. Brandil's able to guide the ball away. The strike
Oof.
is there. It's another massive
Oof,
save.
what a shot from
Hakimi
Hakimi.
with the
Oh my
strike.
god,
And the
Hakimi, stop it,
response from
Hakimi.
Verbruggen is another massive one.
Well, starting to come alive in that sense of possession that they had a
What
few
a
minutes ago.
shot,
Hakimi
what a
goes
save.
through, strikes down,
Oof.
laces, keeps it
Crazy
on
shot,
frame.
crazy save.
Another strong save from the
Morocco
goalkeeper.
turning up to the
Well, they have
occasion.
burst into life, and another corner hit. Fizz on it once
In
again.
style.
It's headed away. Right, Frankie de Jong, it needed more height. Well, the man making his 100th cap for his country tonight. Mazraoui.
Mazraoui.
Sabari has his heels clipped. Doesn't disrupt his flow. Hanging around in front of de Jong. And they'll recycle it through the centre backs.
And the first time we've seen the man who just struck that last shot on frame, Hakimi, his interpretation of space down this right-hand side, always looking to expose specifically outside defenders and central midfielders, and the motions that he's picking up, really dangerous spots with Saibari's movement, often fading to the left-hand side.
Lovely curling balls. Oh, he was there. The touch mistimed. Well, in the last 2 minutes, the best of the chances have gone the way of Morocco. And on the call of the referee, the players break for the first hydration break of the
Damn,
match.
hydration break already? Already? Ready all?
God.
One enemy remaining.
Main? Heal me?
Last
Oh.
player standing.
Oh my god.
Okay, Sky, I like that. Come on, Ravens.
Bro, let's
Chill
win.
out. Good fucking round, bro. Sage, I'm not gonna lie, bro. You're starting to piss me off with these walls.
Brother, okay. So I literally
Bro,
slowed it.
just don't die, man. That's the main thing. Like, play off sight of you.
For
after.
retake, just slow them and get out. That's all you gotta do, brother.
Real.
Like, you're just dying off rip solo.
Let's
at
walk
B,
up
bro.
B and go B, dude. Let's try it.
Yeah, alright, I'm down, I'm down.
I'm gonna get node and
Sorry,
just
I'm
stay
on your
over
case
here.
a lot this game, bro. My
If they
bad.
don't pick, let me dog.
Alright,
Here, I'll try.
come on.
Just walk
I'm
up.
gonna cross right. Yeah, I'm gonna
Let's
walk
walk
up and cross right. Maybe this guy will peek us. He just tripped deep. Wait, walk up, walk up.
He's here.
Walk. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
I hit him with that vulnerable. He's vulnerable.
I'm blinded on. Phones
Two,
like that.
two.
God,
Last player
you're
standing.
so
Flawless.
Jay gets 4.
you're so cooked. They're gonna tie it. Watch. No. Yo, they better not. They better not.
Draw, what?
Please
Get it off.
continue. Don't waste 45 minutes of my time.
Always continue. Alright, the next we have to win this OT though, otherwise it's gonna be a draw or an L.
Switching sides.
Have to win this. We have to win the
Overtime.
next two
Dude,
rounds, bro.
just
I think
play
I'm just gonna
B
play
with-
you,
yeah,
Sage.
just play
yeah,
B
I'm gonna
with
play
him,
B with
dude.
Sage, bro.
He does need help.
Alright, so do you want to play round?
Guy is like so bad at
No,
just,
I'm gonna
like,
play
living in the
screens and
center.
op the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Watching here.
Can you maybe like try to shoot the eye for me or something? Like, don't even give away your position. Just try to break the rain of blind. Don't
Over
shoot.
there.
Don't smoke until I shoot or ask. I'll call for the smoke. Okay.
I got you.
Break that.
I can't break it.
He's gonna dash on me now.
Breaking them.
On my way.
Like I just need help. That's
Wanna
all.
Go ramp, Clove. Come ramp.
Like, dude, he's still flat. Like,
Spike planted.
One can go late mid. I think I saw one deep aim in.
he's
3 backside.
Get slow orb.
Chill. Hang on, I have nade. I'm nading back left. Jet's naded right now.
What's map? Sky's map.
Ah, full running.
Last player standing.
We're fucking just run him down.
My
boys.
shade, dude. My shade is actually tilted.
Switching sides.
When we
Match
go out
point.
there, someone
Guy
dies.
never makes
How
the
did
right
we
decision.
lose that?
I don't know. I whiffed on the sky, to be fair.
What the fuck? Yeah, but we had 2 teammates that were not. I don't know. This is weird.
I thought we did at least.
How did it was a 2v4, dude? We were like picking them
gonna
one
make
at a
those mid.
time. My God,
Yeah.
that was so bad.
No peeking.
We don't have the bomb.
Time to hunt. Hawk out.
Breaking them.
He's vulnerable. Spam him. All right, there's 3 here.
Show me a friend.
This game's a
Close
joke.
pushing mid behind you.
Last player standing. Team Ace. Defenders win.
For real, dude.
What happening?
Well, the one thing I always say in challenges like this, keep an eye on the eye line of the player that's just crashed into the defender. Onahi, he knows exactly what he's doing, and there's a physical presence that's necessary in moments like this. And you can see he's never referencing the ball. He's only looking to clatter into Van Hecke. And as he goes through, it's the motion of 2 players going in opposite directions. Nothing more than a talking to from the referee.
Virgil van Dijk is not happy with that decision. It has been looked at back in Dallas.
Well, it's because he's exposed. He's won the header and he's completely exposed and he can't protect himself in a moment like that.
Wigan hesitates just slightly. Apologises to his captain. Have to be
That was a risky
alert
pass from
against a
Van
Moroccan
Dijk, bro.
team of this caliber.
I don't understand 2 midfielders.
Brahim Diaz. Oh, get away far too easily, and Van de Ven was quick to react. Kanous. Azraoui. Unai.
Oof, what a pass.
Kanous
Good
faces the
cross.
ball across. This
Ooh.
one is arriving at the back
Good
post,
cross.
and
Good
Achraf
attack.
Hakimi just couldn't latch onto it.
Oh, brilliant from Onahi. Goes right through the legs of Denzel Dumfries. The weight of the pass is spectacular. Finds El Kanous. And he's already has the vision, the pattern of play, looking for Hakimi. If the weight of that ball does not find the striker's head, Saibari, he always understands that at that back post, Hakimi, the captain, is hunting, waiting for his opportunity.
Gakpo.
Gakpo doing so well, bro.
Dion. Free kick given the way of the Netherlands. An apology, a brief one from Ismail Saibali. Probably linked with a move to Bayern Munich. That's 6 years at PSV. Almost half an hour played, still goalless between the Netherlands and Morocco. Here's
Extra
Somerville.
सुंदरता नहीं add की.
Had an excellent chance early on, flagged for offside, and since then, the best of the opportunities have come the way of Morocco.
And with the 3 in the back system and the ball on Dumfries or Van de Ven's feet in the wide positions, it's looking to really free up either Gakpo or Somerville in those secondary pockets. Takes a lot of communication from the outside backs and the outside midfielders and a certain amount of commitment on the defensive running side just to make sure that they're alleviating some of the movement off the ball that can create havoc 2 or 3 passes down the line.
30 minutes played, still goalless. Wadi.
What a
Right
switch.
to Saibari.
Wow.
Takes a look around, trying to find company in white.
Ah.
And has his pocket pinched by Somerville, who goes down, and it will be a free kick the way of the Netherlands.
Tactically, two really strong moments right there. Bouadi, that pivot, that turn for 18 years old, so intelligent, so composed. And the big switch to this left-hand side. Comfortable defensive posture for Netherlands. And the moment, it's the back press right here. Somerville turns, pivots, recognizes it's a time to burst forward, and the tactical foul committed. How active on both sides of the ball has Saibari been? Full commitment on the defensive phase, as well as his running in possession off the ball.
I read earlier on today that he's committed to the most sprints so far this tournament. He's happy to run and run and run. A man who's had to overcome a lot in his life. His parents were told when he was a youngster that he may not be able to walk properly, and he's more than up and running here at the World Cup in 2026. And we do have these real emergence of stars on either side, don't we, with Brian Brobby for the Netherlands, Saibari, of course, for Morocco. No doubt we'll be making headlines over the summer through the transfer window. De Jong.
जो भी लिखा है.
Gravenberch. Heke. His move already confirmed from Brighton to Tottenham Hotspur. 9 of the players in the starting lineup playing their football in the Premier League, including, of course, Nathan Ake.
A very clear 5-2-3 defensive shape, pressure on the ball, sliding as a unit, teeter-totter effect defending for Morocco.
Heke. It's Dumfries. Somerville making the run forward.
And that's a challenge for Netherlands right now. It really is the commitment to the running off the ball to drag Moroccans set low block defending around, get them out of their comfortable spaces.
Flag goes up against Dumfries. What do you think he'll have made of the first 32, almost 33 minutes of this game, Brian?
I think you'll like the first 20 minutes up until the hydration break, but those last 2 chances heading into the hydration break, and it seems as if Morocco feels more and more comfortable against the surprise shape we've seen from the opening whistle from Netherlands.
They are making their voices well heard. I can understand why. What a last 4 years it's been for Moroccan football. Finalists, and as you've already mentioned, Brian, so much growth around the nation.
And so much tactical intelligence. They've played, I think it was 7-8 finals at various levels since 2022 in Qatar, from the under-17 to the under-20s to the Olympic level to regional trophies and back here at the World Cup. And I think the statement of intent was very clear, the 1-1 draw against Brazil in their opening group stage match.
Van Dijk. Dumfries. Here's Somerville.
Somerville on the ball,
Supported
but
his feet, but
swamped
not
by
for
the Moroccan defenders.
So reactive. Moroccan defenders is sliding in. All recovered well by Van Dijk. Here's Dumfries. This is it across, and Pro can't set himself ahead of Hakimi.
Hakimi recognizes that Gakpo is pulled just outside the penalty area, looking for either a first-time shot or a quick 1-2 combination, and it's a great read from the captain of Morocco.
So play has been stopped by the referee, as I believe we're looking for a handball against Ayoub Bouadi, the 18-year-old. Well, it's very close, Brian, and so hard for us to pass any judgment.
The challenge is that he's created distance between his body, and that's where they're at their most dangerous for a referee to make a decision.
So it's cleared. Of course, we have the connected ball technology charged up before every game, which, as we know here in Montreal, registers every hit of the ball. There's a good delivery headed away by the captain. It's a quick touch, it's given to Frankie de Jong. It's Dumfries trying to battle his way forward against Mazraoui. Second corner for the Netherlands. Over to take it. Asensio Somerville.
It'll be an outswinger from the near side, so that means you're going to see 4 to 5 different Netherlands attackers starting just outside the penalty spot near the top of the penalty area.
Is Somerville. Right on the ball as it fizzes, it's lifted up high and over, and it will. Well, to say another corner for the Netherlands. Another bite to the cherry here. Looks to be the same routine. "29 goals from corners so far this tournament. Can the Netherlands make it 30? Somerville, outswinger, height, and Van Dijk was leaping. I think he's jumped into Van Hekke, who's holding his head, and now jogging back into the action as de Jong twists and turns away from Saibari. I think we'll have to see the physios come on here because there's blood on the head of Van Hekke.
He's got a lot of blood. The referee's going to have to stop and have the medical treatment immediately to Van Hekke. 4th or 5th time that we've seen a collision involving the right side of this back three. And the challenge is how quickly can they stop the bleeding? Also making sure from a concussion protocol check that he's okay. But anytime you see blood pouring from the head of a player like that, immediately pause, create the attention for the medical staff to get out and treat him immediately as he goes to ground. I don't think it was the initial challenge. I think it was the knee to the head from Mazraoui that might have caught him.
Bro, Van Hekke being
it's
killed here.
the boot of Mazraoui, which as he landed, it was Van Hekke whose head was positioned just underneath it. So that is the reason for the delay of play here. But of course, the referee calling the players back onto the pitch, as is the new rules that players going down injured outside of the hydration breaks, of course, players have to stay away from the dugouts. So treatment continues for Jean-Paul Van Hekke. This is a game that has really swung in momentum. Early chances for the Netherlands, which Ronald Koeman would have been delighted with. Then we had a real burst from Morocco, and it has fallen in the last couple of minutes back into the advantage of the Netherlands. But still goalless here in Monterrey. As great to see Van Hekke back to his feet. Scored in the last game. Of course, that goal coming from a corner from Tijani Reinders. It was the first World Cup goal for the Netherlands from a corner. And it's back in June of 2014. But good to see Van Hekke up and running, despite, you can see, of course, the blood still on his head. And I think he'll come off to get that cleaned up now, Brian.
And the short-term adjustment is that Denzel Dumfries slides in. They play effectively a back four. They'll keep an eye
क्या
on
रे
Mickey
सैम
Van de
भाऊ,
Ven to slide a
किधर
little
है
bit
तू
deeper on
आजकल?
that left-hand
क्या
side.
चल रही है? काय को
And in
स्ट्रीम
real
इतना जल्दी
time,
बंद किया रे?
Somerville will just ask to be played a
सो
more
गया क्या?
connective role as of right now, just to make sure until he's back on the field, Van Hecke is cleared, and then they can go back to normal standing.
Has to wait to be welcomed back on. As Gakpo loses the ball, Brahim Diaz with a clever flick over the top, but it's Virgil van Dijk who meets it and sends it out for a throw. As the fans of the Atlas Lions roar around the stadium. What a atmosphere this is. As back onto the pitch comes Van Hecke.
40 मिनट पहले बंद किया? हाँ?
Give him.
मेरे को दिखा क्यों नहीं रहा था?
And was brought in
मेरे फीड पे आ ही नहीं रहा
to
था.
his feet. Pio making sure the game is under his control.
And the short-term focus for both of these groups will be getting into the halftime break without conceding.
अब
That being
ज़्यादा
said, I
सोना
don't think for a
सोना.
second
मैं
they won't
4
be
बजे
prodding,
सोया.
pulling, and looking for chances to
6
open up the
बजे उठा.
scoreline before the referee blows his whistle.
8:30 को वापस हो जाऊंगा. आराम से.
Unai
रापचिक.
That's
Good
right.
night, good
We'll
night,
have
good night,
a
Sam Giving.
chunk of additional time,
Whitey.
of course, owing to that injury to the head of Van Hecke. Senegal didn't like the idea of chasing that ball down, already headed out of play, and will be sent back in by Alcanus. Riyad. Obviously at Barcelona and Real Betis. This is Diop now. This is football. Fulham, of course. Ball out of play. Decision the captain is not too happy with. Van Dijk. Both sets of fans restless in this huge clash. Round of 32, ahead of the break. It's a lovely ball to the feet of Somerville, who's trying to battle his way forward. The ball high up in the air, headed away. Back into the mix by De Jong, brought down by Dumfries. It's high once again. Battling well with the pressure so far, Morocco. Gravenberch.
भारतचा राष्ट्र खेळ
Van
कोणता?
de Ven shoots! And a fingertip save to send the ball out for a corner.
Well, he's shown us time and time again with Tottenham Hotspur his ability to pop up every once in a while in a dangerous spot. Not afraid to pull the trigger, keeps his head down, strikes through, lands on that left foot, fingertip up and over the
Officially
crossbar
काहीच
from the
नाहीये.
goalkeeper.
10-9 आधी म्हणायचे की हॉकी आहे पण हॉकी पण नाहीये. काहीच नाहीये राष्ट्रीय खेळ भारतला.
Follow it up with a goal here from the corner.
सांगितलं की अरे Valorant
From the referee. Beginning swinger this time.
2 9
Already a play
9
down.
7
Cheers from the Morocco fans. Riyad now back to his feet.
Yeah, it's so tight, it's so physical.
5 4 3 2 1
You can see the leaning of Virgil van Dijk.
काय म्हणतोस? आहे का हॉकी आहे का? का काहीच नाहीये?
And the foul given.
हॉकी की काहीच नाही.
He's allowed an incredible amount of physicality to the referee in a match like this, and that's what players want. They want to be determined on the field.
जग घूमे थार जैसा न कोई, जग घूमे थार जैसा न कोई. काय मग प्रीमियर मध्ये किती लोक आहे तुम्ही? तू पिका Sean Lavish.
Expecting
Cookie
around
का
6
Sean
additional
Lavish.
minutes, and that
Hitrix
is
Cyrix
confirmed
6.
now.
अजून एक घेतलाय की नाही?
The fourth
7.
official.
I've been incredibly
7 घेतलेत
impressed
का
with the
7
center back
ठेवलेत?
pairing of Riyadh and
Ah.
Diop. They have done a phenomenal job managing
Slaughter.
the intelligence of the movement of Brian Bobby,
7वां.
and more importantly, reading the
की
outside
साहस.
backs in times where they have to anticipate, and they've gotten those anticipation moments correct.
Young. Wadi.
झोप येऊ राहिली रे मला.
Saibari watched closely by Virgil van Dijk.
I know a lot of people look at Bawadi
I'm
in that last phase of play and
gonna have
say
to
he's turned
stay
the ball over.
high. अरे
But
पॉज
I
का किया?
love the fact he
Oh,
looked for that
the
decisive ball. I
to
love that he
keep you
tried to look
off my
for Saibari's movement, splitting the center backs, instead of just simplifying and playing
Sambo.
backwards. 18 years old, wise behind his years, and his intelligence with the way that he reads the game is outstanding. There's no surprise all of the chatter surrounding what his future could look like the moment that this World Cup is over for Morocco.
Came through the few setups of the French national team before switching his allegiance over to Morocco. Diop. Riyadh. Wadi. Evan Diaz. Lainawi to Wadi. He's building nicely. He's the captain. He's under pressure from Gakpo, who can twist and turn. But it opens up now for Morocco, and a heavy touch from Saibari. And the frustration on his face evident. He knows that he was just fractions away there.
That's the weight of the pass from El Kanous. Not too often you'll see Hakimi turn the ball over. They recover quickly. And he just pings the ball, looking for that right foot, looking for a delicate, soft right first touch. And just out of the reach. A little bit lighter on the way to that pass. He's got a golden opportunity.
Dion. Ball once again. Slipping away from the pressure. In white, Birch loses out, and this is a big opportunity opening up for Morocco. Sliding in was Van Hecker.
Foul?
The
Not a
attack
foul.
continues. The chance is there, and the shot is high.
Bro, Morocco just shoots from anywhere, man. Anywhere.
Hangs his head. They've had these bursts, these chances that had opened up, but still it remains goalless in Monterrey.
Oh, what a tackle. What a read. Van Hecker goes across, and instead of going with the outside of his right foot, he goes with internal left foot, comes across the body, and just absolutely stuffs in the attacking phase of play. El Anawi. Onahi, he just never kept the ball on frame. Got his head down, tried to strike through, keep it on frame, test the keeper. But in those decisive clinical moments, they've yet to break down Netherlands and open up this scoreline.
It was their first proper effort since that 48-second flurry before the before the hydration break.
No switch.
Unai again. Kimi. Loose. Wadi. Unai. And has been flagged on the near side, so over jogs the referee.
It was Mickey Van de Ven's challenge. He left a little in on Hakimi. The marauding, overloading right back, trying to get forward. A little bit of a stare, a little bit of the verbals. He touches come through, and yeah, it's not enough. Certainly nothing more than a foul. And based on what we've seen from the referee, nowhere close to him showing his first yellow card. But a dangerous set-piece opportunity and a chance for Morocco to punish Mickey Van de Ven's foul on that far side.
And of course it is Achraf Hakimi, Paris Saint-Germain, who is stood over this kick as the stadium preemptively rises to its feet. Hakimi, power on the delivery, it fizzes all the way through
अरे
and into the next
player ही net
place
में
so
चला गया.
early. Well, he has come close on a handful of occasions now, but maybe few as good as that.
Well, he's been a constant threat up top for Morocco, and as this ball comes through, he just gets caught in between. As the bounce comes up, it's not near the foot, not near the knee. It ends up bouncing by his hip. He throws everything at it, tucks that left arm behind him, just looking for a slight redirection. As the goal was gasping at the opportunity in the moment for Morocco to find the back of the net. It feels like they've had the better of the chances despite the eyeball test in possession, certainly going in favor of Netherlands.
It is 3 attempts for the Netherlands. We may be through once again here. It's rolled across, it pings around, and in the end, deflecting out wide. And an easy collection for Yassine Bounou. And that will be the last piece of play from the first half.
Half time.
For the first 45 plus minutes as a game that is indeed like it is being played between 7th in the world and 6th in the world, and the two stories, really the two goalkeepers as they track in for half-time. Incredible reflex saves from Bart Verbruggen and Yassine Bounou on the other side, called into action as well by the Netherlands. But still, half-time here in Monterrey in this round of 32 clash. Netherlands 0, Morocco 0.
It's an exhibition of brilliance. One goes through.
What a performance!
One goes home.
A moment of magic!
France. Sweden. Every masterpiece looks complete. Until one stroke changes the picture. Who will survive the knockouts? France versus Sweden. Live and exclusive on Z5 app.
Stands on the biggest stage once again. Ready to carry the nation once again. To complete the unfinished business of 2022. France is ready for the World Cup.
And the world is ready to witness the first dance of Mbappe.
Some things you do for a good life. Some for the greater good. 100 Pipers. Be remembered for good.
Fun fact, for the price of this coffee, we can drive from Mumbai to Pune and back.
Mahindra's electric XCV90s coffee run trips means you can do outstation trips for the cost of a coffee.
Some things you do for a good life. Some for the greater good. 100 Pipers. Be remembered for good.
Mahindra's XCV90's road sense suspension adjusts 67 times per second, so I can chill without spills.
When we share who we truly are, real connections happen. Black and white, the magic of sharing.
Another dance?
After you. T-Life, the SUV. Hard rocks.
खाना नहीं बनेगा पहले relationships बनेंगे it's a match confusing complicated relationship just like the dishes
माँ है ना हिंदी Z5 पर
A culturally loaded European African tie that is much, much larger than just this one night in Monterrey, as Netherlands, looking for that coveted trophy, go up against Morocco in the round of 32. There have been only 3 shots on target so far in the first half, 2 of them coming from Morocco and a solitary shot from Netherlands. We expected this to be an open game, not a cagey affair. Both teams going all out, because let's remind you again, it's do or die. This is an eliminator, and here is how it stands. It's stalemate at halftime in Monterrey. Let's welcome back Ash and Mace. Welcome. Ash, is it going as you predicted? Is it quite open?
Well, we did say with the momentum it would be 50-50. I think I might be slightly wrong. It might be 49-51. So it was. It has been close in the old possession, fairly close on shots as well. But what we wanted is an open game, and it has been that. There hasn't been a lot of penetration, regards attempts on goal or, magnificent like penalty box attacking play. But it has been open. There has been lots of attacks followed by opposition attacks. And it's what we want. It's entertaining. A couple of the games tonight, there's been defensive approaches, but both teams are trying to go for it, and both teams are flooding forward in numbers.
Well, have you seen Netherlands keeping control over the Moroccan transitions? Have they kept them, of course they've kept them quiet because they haven't got any goals, but doing the job well?
Yeah, they've been doing all right. They've been doing all right. When you have a look at where the shots from Morocco have come from, particularly the stingers, have just been in and around the edge of the box. So they're trying to keep them at bay. And I think that back line is doing its job just well enough at the moment. But it's just getting into the final third that's where the real problems are lying.
I
would say have had the better of the chances that have been created, but it's a game that's open, it's a game that's ebbing and flowing, and we will get goals in the second half, I'm sure.
Ash, what did you make of Morocco's chances? Very, very few though.
I mean, that was a good set piece, whipped in with great pace on the cross. The header was directed of course that goal, and it was a magnificent reflex save from the goalkeeper. Normally those go in. This one again, I think, routine save for me. It's a great strike, sat up nice, good power, but it was right at the goalkeeper. You'd expect from outside the box, your goalkeepers at this standard to get a good hand on that, and they did. But again, plenty of bodies in the box of both sides, plenty of open kind of attacking football, a couple of set pieces. You'd expect, the Dutch to defend these a little bit better when you've got people like Van Dijk in the box with the power and the height that he has. And that was just too much pace on the cross. Of course, you're trying to get on it, blindsides around the back, and it was unfortunate. It was an awkward height. You can't get your knee on it, you can't get your thigh on it, unless you've got a massive belly. You're not scoring that one.
But also the aerial duels. Netherlands have won 4 out of those 5 aerial duels. Morocco are trying to get into the box, but it's not that great. What did you think of Netherlands' chances?
Well, again, the same. Probably not as clear-cut and not as clinical as Morocco's were.
1 shot on target, maybe.
Yeah, no, but they've got into some good positions as well. I think that the Moroccan defence has managed to just hold out tight, keep it strong, and keep the Dutch at bay. So there's still plenty of action left in this for the Dutch. This was a really good chance. I think he should have gone himself, but that one was flagged offside. But like I said, the clear-cut opportunities have gone the way of Morocco. So the Dutch need to get that little bit more clinical in that final third. When they get in there, they need to hit the target a little bit more, and they just need to be a little bit more creative in what they're doing when they get into that final third. If they do that, they'll score. They will score.
Do you think, Ash, that they're being a little hesitant there?
No, I just think there's a good intensity of the game from both sides. There's a good intensity to the Morocco defending. Of course, again, this is another good long-range strike, but again, middle of the goal, you'd expect the goalkeeper to get a hand on that. It did have good power, but if that goes in the back of the net from there, you'd be asking questions about your goalkeeper. But I think as the game, grows on, I think we're going to see a couple more clear-cut chances. And still, for me, you can't really call which side or which way this is going to go.
Regardless of the scoreline, has this been evenly balanced? Are the 2 teams equally matched?
Yeah, pretty much. I think that it's closer than that in the sense of possession kept. Look at the attempts, look at everything else. It's all pretty even Stevens. It's going to be a mistake or a moment of absolute brilliance that decides this game if we're going to get a winner in 90. Because it's just on a knife's edge. It really is. It could fall either way.
Rahimi and Yassini both came on late and made the difference for Morocco, getting them late goals in the group stage. You see them coming on and making a difference?
I think just as it develops, you'll start to assess what's happening, where the weaknesses are in the opposition, where we're fatiguing. Both sides have got attacking players that can come on and make a difference. But I think it's going to be more about which side defends the best, because it is transitional. There is quite a lot of